All right, and that was the Xbox show. Last one I think that's worth covering is the Square Enix show,
Is it
really?
where we must hunt chaos. We'll get to
I'm
that.
sorry, but the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on mobile, they might as well have just squatted down and took a dump on the fan's chest.
Oh,
It was such a horrible
Or
way
my
to-
chest any day.
I thought that was already on mobile.
No, it's 1 through 6, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like a collection or individual,
Oh my God.
but everyone was hyped, and then it comes up and says Steam and mobile, and everyone got all pissed off.
Oh, it's on Steam though.
Yes, but it's a mobile game on Steam.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that trailer. I caught the Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, which looks like the most a knockoff Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
that-
God, it's terrible.
Wait, that was the one that wanted. It was essentially Dark Souls Final Fantasy, right?
It's a guy who's just like, I gotta find.
I don't understand why people say it's Dark Souls. It doesn't look anything like Dark. It looks more like
Really?
it looks more like a Warriors style game, sort of toned
No,
down.
maybe the combat, but I'm talking the visual style.
Oh yeah, I
reads
mean it
like
has.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you
It
that.
reminded
Yeah,
me
yeah.
of Lords of
Yeah.
Shadow, honestly. Even down to like the really bad sound bites where like he's like, I crushed you, perish, and like he just drops these like sound bites every now and then. It looks like a
But
more
the
fleshed out
characters
Lords of
are
Shadow.
the characters are from Final Fantasy 1, like the old NES game.
Which is a terrible recreation and imagination of these characters.
Yeah. It just because I'm watching it, I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I heard them talk about the villain Chaos. I was like, wait, that's the villain from the first damn game.
Oh.
And then they said it was Origins, and I was like, is this like their version of like the X-Men Origins Wolverine? Like we're gonna
Looks
go
like-
back and tell the story?
Devil May Cry. I thought it was Devil May Cry because I was half paying attention while it was
Yeah.
writing news.
It
The
does
only-
have that feel.
It was the only somewhat interesting thing during their whole presentation.
Wrong. What about Guardians of the Galaxy, sir?
Could be
It was-
good.
Really?
Yeah, really? It looked good.
Visually, it looked terrible. But
Yeah, it was
the concept.
choppy. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks okay. If you're a Marvel fan, I mean, I'm not a Marvel fan, so
I'm not a
you
big
know,
Marvel fan either, but
I mean, it's obviously based off of the comic version of them, and that
the
kind of
movie
feels
version.
weird when you're used to the movie versions of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a Marvel fan, and I was like, I think I saw too much Avengers from Square in it. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the same engine
yeah.
because it just looked, at times awful. But then I liked, how the elements of music. Maybe it's a little bit more action adventure than, even though despite the decisions and choices you can make in conversations for different outcomes.
I'm
When
giving
I
it
saw
a
the
chance.
when I saw the Avengers stuff come up, I turned to my wife and I was like, "Oh, look, they're over there beating that dead horse."
Yeah.
Because I was like,
wasn't
really?
wasn't the show supposed to start at 3:30 and then it like started at 3:15 with like 15 minutes of the Avengers thing? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's fucking weird to me.
Oof. I like Guardians of the Galaxy, so doesn't mean it's gonna be a good game though. Then we also got some more DLC for Avengers, where you have War for Wakanda. But I hear that game is bad from Greg, so I don't want to buy it. I'm just avoiding
I
it.
don't know anyone who's still playing it at this point, but they're gonna keep running it until they, I guess, turn it into.
Well, they got to
some
bring
sort of
Spider-Man
moneymaker.
because PlayStation
Yeah.
paid a lot of money for them to put Spider-Man in that game.
I was gonna say that. Do they still not get Spider-Man in there for the PlayStation version?
They did not.
Wow.
I bet you PlayStation's probably like, can we cancel that contract?
We'll just do it ourselves.
Yeah. Then we got Babylon's Fall. Love it like you hate
Oh,
it.
that was the one
God,
from
holy
Platinum.
shit. That better have been Platinum's D team.
Yeah.
That game looked fucking abysmal.
Yeah, it did.
Oh man, what a
And
terrible
the
year.
rainfall of mobile crap that they were showing. I mean, it was just like Hitman and then Final Fantasy. Like, they were all about throwing out as much mobile stuff. I was like, don't show mobile at E3.
You can make a case that Square Enix was worse than Ubisoft. I honestly feel that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, Square Enix was so bad, I didn't make a video on it because like, it didn't make me angry. It just made me feel like I wasted time watching this. Like I don't care. The presentation just gave me no emotion whatsoever. It didn't make me angry. Didn't make me happy. It was just there. You know, it just existed.
Yeah.
That's what we call a
Well,
meh.
why? My question is, why the hell wasn't stuff like Final Fantasy 16 at least shown a little bit more? Like the big next gen stuff.
Or
They should have shown something.
Or a release date for 7 on other platforms. Please. Or what about all that Final Fantasy 7, like all those other games they talked about? Where are those
They
at?
showed the mobile one.
The mobile one.
Which one, though?
Yeah.
The Battle Royale.
Is that
Yeah.
only mobile?
The
Yes.
first soldier, I
Oh,
think it's
my
called.
God. Square, like,
Yeah.
there's a console NPC player base. Oh.
Yeah, there used to be I feel like they used to be such a powerhouse too. Like they were one of the bigger. Well, I guess in years that they have a Just Cause or a Tomb Raider, but like they didn't really have anything that was that exciting to me.
I get a feeling that because I mean who's the guy who runs it now? He's like in California or something. Like you get a sense that they aren't focused on the Japanese market at all. And
No, because even when they announced Final Fantasy Origin game, they actually said Square Enix Japan. Like they specified that,
Huh.
which I thought was really weird.
yeah, because you would think with how much the Switch sells in Japan and them generally being a Japanese company, you would have expected a lot more stuff on Switch, but it was all mobile and stuff that looked like it was trying to appeal to the Western market.
The last one that we didn't talk about is Life is Strange remastered.
There's a reason we
collection.
didn't talk about it.
I thought I'm surprised I had that girl on there. She looked ready to go to a protest afterwards.
Oh. Which girl?
They had like
The
a
singer.
voice, the singer girl.
Yeah.
How does someone look like they're ready to go to a protest? What is that look?
You know that look.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You can't say anything because people get offended, but I'll say it anyways. So I don't care. You remember like when you were growing up and you were like in high school, probably even college or something like that, and like the chicks with like, you know, the multicolored hair, like blue hair, weird piercings and stuff like that. Like they used to be the ones who'd be like, "Yeah, man, they're the fucking freaks. Like we're gonna get down, we're gonna party, we're gonna fuck, everything's gonna be cool." Somehow, some way along the way, those became the ones that like you gotta be like, "Oh, hello, ma'am. May I call you ma'am? How are you doing today?" You know, like it's like, man, this shit is fucking weird to me.
I know what
mean,
you're saying. You can't say much because you get blasted by people nowadays, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
That shit is weird to me. Like, when did that transition happen from?
Just
You
gonna-
know.
I'm just gonna sidestep this
Yeah.
conversation.
Hands off.
So E3 2021 Part 1. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
Pretty meh. Xbox was
Yeah.
by far the best.
I gotta disagree. We didn't talk about it, but Devolver Digital was hands down the best.
Oh, see, I didn't watch it because I was
Oh,
uploading when
They
that went
so
live.
like the way that they ripped into NFTs and ripped into like subscription services, it was freaking amazing.